No, I don't mean new, assumed.
Not much between
Now,
them on the in-fight odds.
The odds are even, believe it or not. Both men, you can get 11 to 10 at this halfway stage. So, as far as the bookmakers and the punters are concerned, there's everything to play for. Although now I've got Simpson 2 rounds up on my card.
Different to the Sky card, which has Smith a couple of rounds up. It's one of those fights, a real pick 'em. I said beforehand it would be a pick 'em affair. And it still is after the halfway mark. You would have thought this is where Simpson will begin to come into his own. All that experience. As I keep saying, Smith's never been beyond 8 before.
Smith is boxing better already in this round. He's using his jab at last. He's quite effectively.
And if the cut knocked his confidence, maybe the body shot at the end of round 6.
Yeah, if he
just
feels
lifted it better.
Yeah, if he feels he hurt Simpson, that would have done his morale power of good.
Good start to the round this though for the champion. Smith looking a bit wild in this round. He's trying to find that body shot again.
The rounds are quite close, you know.
Oh, there is a hard fight to score. It's scrappy as well.
When they get close, they tie each other up in knots.
See more of it there. It's one of those fights. It's very, very close. It does go the distance. Maybe too much between them on the scorecards. We've got 3 judges this evening.
Well, I think Smith has had a much better round this round than he's had for a while.
Body shot again. I think Simpson might have felt that one too. He's looking for that shot now, isn't he, Colin?
Yep.
And he found his range in the last round with it. That's better from Smith. Nice combination, that and a bit of afters at the belt.
Yeah. The old pro's trick. Hit after the bell, land a punch, and then say, I'm very sorry, I didn't mean it. But the punch had already landed.
It's an interesting one, that.
And everybody says, what a sportsman.
Well, Smith threw one after the bell, and then Simpson thought he'd have one back.
No, Simpson, no, I disagree. Smith threw one on the bell. And when it landed, Simpson retaliated after the bell. That's the difference.
But there was a quick hug and all was forgotten, wasn't
Oh,
it?
well, yeah, but after the punch had landed.
Seems
Henry Cooper's old trick, that was.
Seeing some pictures here of Ricky Burns in his changing room.
Almost 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 8.
So here we go, round 8. If Smith gets through this one, he'll be in uncharted territory.
Yeah,
we've got
it's
some
once
tape loose
again
here.
the tape. That seems to happen a lot in this country. That tape comes undone from gloves. You don't see it in America like you do here.
You must have different tape.
More efficient cornermen.
So after a brief pause, we're back to the action. Two good body shots again from Stephen Smith. He's trying to wear Simpson down. He had some success at the end of the 6th round. A trickle of blood rolls down the right-hand side of Stephen Smith's face. Mick Williamson's done a good job on the cutler. He's cut in the 3rd round, Stephen Smith. Not really bothered him since.
Now, when you think of it, this is a good performance by Smith. Whatever happens. I mean, he's held his own with a seasoned pro after 10 fights in his backyard.
Good stuff this from Simpson. That's the crowd behind him. He's on top in this round. Oh, good shot though from Smith. Left hand. Simpson just bought himself some time by wrapping his gloves around the waist of Smith. It's a close one. It could well come down to these 4 rounds. Smith just makes Simpson miss. Comes back with a jab.
I think, you know, it is extremely close. It's swaying one side to the other. I still think Smith has had the edge in this round too. Just.
It's going to be a close one to call. Just looking at the body language of the two fighters at the moment. Smith just looks a little bit more confident. Simpson always has that bit of a hangdog expression.
They're wrestling each other now.
It's messy again, and referee Terry O'Connor has had enough. A little lecture to both fighters. Simpson waves his hands as he goes back to his corner. It shouldn't do, Colin, but it may come down to home advantage as well.
Well, that shouldn't come into it, as you quite rightly say. The best, you know, the man who scores the most points wins the fight, whether he comes from Glasgow or Timbuktu. But we know very often some judges have been swayed by the fact that they're in somebody's hometown.
If there's a close round,
Well, why should it go to the home guy?
Oh,
Because it's
absolutely.
close.
Sometimes with the crowd behind a fighter.
I say it often happens, but it shouldn't.
No.
I'm not denying that it doesn't happen here, and it happens, unfortunately, all too often. But it shouldn't do.
That could be a factor in this one, with it being so close, at least on our cards.
Well, I've got him dead level again. Our colleague Jim Watt usually posts his scorecard up on the screen.
He's got it pretty level as well, I think.
Well, I'm told that Jim Watt's got it even as well. And he's a Scot. And won a world title at the Kelvin Hall all those years ago. Beat Pitalua to win the world lightweight title. And that was a night, I can tell you.
Bounce in the step of Stephen Smith now.
Yeah, he's in and out.
How he started the fight, really.
Oh, not again.
More
More rubbish from the gloves.
Far quicker repair job. This time the referee did it himself.
You know, it wasn't tape, that's why it was a string.
I think Stephen Smith might be in a bit of trouble here. Putting John Simpson in a headlock and punching him 3 times. Didn't go down too well with the referee.
Or the crowd, or Simpson. Well, he's fighting with great confidence, as Smith.
Neither boxer's really been able to put together a good combination.
No, because they're grabbing each other so much. I think Smith is trying to up the pace. Really put pressure on the older man, you know, put pressure on his stamina, if anything else.
As we keep saying, new territory this for Stephen Smith.
Doesn't seem to be fazed by it so far.
No, not at all. Looks in great shape. Making Simpson miss again. I think of a really good punch that's been landed in this round. Better from Simpson. And now Smith walks onto a shot as well. Good into the round, may just have swayed it to the champion.
Good stuff. This all could hinge on the last round, you know.
It's a type of fight, Colin, that may go to a split decision as well. It's got that kind of feel about it.
Oh, absolutely. Depends on which side of the ring you're on as well when you watch fights, believe it or not. People on different sides of the ring often see a different fight.
Well, there's been that wrestling as well, hasn't there? So
yeah, there's been a lot of that.
If you're on the angle where that's happening, you may be seeing the fight one way or the other.
Well, I've got Simpson's nose just in front again.
I
mean, look, it's what we've seen so far. It could go either way, and really, if it does, there can be no great argument. It's that close.
He finished the round well, didn't he, John Simpson? Someone might need to dig deep here. Come down to who wants it more. The sense this one was probably going to go the distance. Jim Watt's got it dead level again.
Well, there you go. I don't give even rounds, that's why I've got Simpson ahead probably.
They need a risk or two to win it as well. Someone prepared to do that. It's a good shot there from Smith. I just wonder if Simpson felt that. It's a left hand.
Oh, two terrific shots from Smith, the left and the right.
Simpson felt both of those. Just beginning to take control of this now, Stephen Smith. Another good shot from Stephen Smith there as well.
No, it's amazing. He seems to have paced himself perfectly, you know, young Smith. as you say, in uncharted territory. And he looks as strong now as he did in the first round.
This has been his best round for a while as well, this. Probably needed it as well. Simpson just nicked the last one. But Smith on top in the 10th. Steps back out of trouble. This boxer's beginning to look a little bit tired here. Unsurprising. It's been a hard 10 rounds. Many clean punches landed, but it's been a physical kind of fight. Big brother Paul won that British title with a barnstorming final 2 rounds against Tony Quigley. Now it's Smith's turn to lift his hand as he walks back to the corner.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, what's going to happen in the next 6 minutes should decide this fight. Because, once again, I've got them dead level.
Looking at the punch stats here, can't tell everything by them, but there's not a punch between them, according to those. The shot that just caught Simpson off balance. Again there, another cracker from Stephen Smith. See Paul at ringside there just saying to Stephen, 2 more rounds. If he wins 11 and 12, he probably wins the fight. If Simpson wins 11 and 12, he's going to do it. It's that close.
And if both rounds are even on the judges' scorecards, a draw.
Well, we could have every possible sort of combination here. Split decision,
Yep.
majority decision, draw.
Or even a unanimous, which I find difficult to believe. I can't see that everybody's going to have the same opinion.
It will be interesting. Simpson, the home fighter. Smith, the young Frank Warren protege. I can hear the strains of Hey Jude in the crowd. That's a nod to Smith's Scouse roots.
Is it my imagination, or is the home crowd a bit subdued?
Well, they've gone very, very quiet. Look at that rousing reception they gave John Simpson when he came to the ring.
They know they're boxing in this part of the world. I know they're very partisan, but Glasgow has always been a good fight city. Long history.
Shots there from both boxers. I think Simpson had the better of the exchange. Made Stephen Smith grimace a little. Oh, cracking uppercut. Smith just patted Simpson on the head there in appreciation in the clinch. Simpson's round this so far. This has woken the crowd up, Colin.
Yep. Yes, he's shown that he's stronger in the 11th round than Smith. And we've got to give it to Simpson this round. There's no doubt about that.
Just forced Smith onto his bike. Suddenly he looks a little bit tired, and there's a bounce about Simpson. Round swinging this way and that. Well, Smith was just beginning to get on top in the last. Simpson just caught Smith on the break. No more than a ticking off from the referee though.
Right, I've got him, Simpson, 1 round ahead, coming into the last. So, unless there's a knockout, as far as I'm concerned, Simpson can't lose his title. And Smith, if he wins this round in my card, he at least gets a draw, which will be disappointing for him, but I think he's done a magnificent job over a much more experienced champion coming into this fight.
Well, quite possibly.
And only having done 8 rounds before.
Quite possibly a fair reflection of the fight, a draw as well.
But of course, let's face it, the judges may have seen it completely differently.
Well, both boxers bang gloves as they get a standing ovation from the crowd as the bell goes for the start of the 12th.
I'm sure that both corners have told their men, you've got to win this one.
Sky have got it dead level.
Well, there you go.
Collins got Simpson a round up. It really is up for grabs here. Could just be who wants it more, who's got something left in the tank.
I think they both want it equally, Ian. It's just a question who's got more left.
Well, it's swung this way and that, the fight.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating fight. If Simpson may well win it, I think Smith may have won a moral victory in a sense. Paul Smith, his brother, and the British Super Middleweight Champion, is urging his young Stephen on, urging him to go forward. But quite understandably, both men are quite tired now.
Yeah, you can just see it, can't you?
They're beginning to wilt with their efforts and the heat and the tension of the occasion.
Smith, who looks the more tired of the two now. Simpson with all that experience. Will it just be enough to see him over the line?
Really and truly, neither have landed a decent punch in this round.
There's not too many in truth in the fight, has there, Colin?
No, I mean, it hasn't been a classic by any means. But Smith has trapped Simpson on the ropes and is flailing away at the body.
Simpson punching.
I think Smith is just edging this round.
Possibly, he looks tired though.
Yeah, certainly is. And understandably so. But he's got a Scouse fighting heart, there's no doubt about that.
No, he certainly has. That runs in the family. It's Flower of Scotland.
Runs in the city.
Flower of Scotland rings around Kelvin Hall. Not for the first time. Well, the home fans have something to celebrate. In just 15 seconds time or so, has John Simpson done enough to retain this title? Or will Stephen Smith nick it on the judges' scorecards? It's not been an easy one to score. Both boxers embrace at the bell. The crowd are on their feet.
I've got it a draw. 114 each.
Well, both boxers think they've won it as well.
And I must say, the crowd appreciate both boys. And now comes the moment of truth. Never mind what we think, what we say. We don't matter. The three gentlemen sitting much closer to the action than us will give their verdict very soon. And as I say, whichever way it goes, I don't think anybody can can argue. There'll be boos, of course, if Smith was to get the decision. But as I say, it can go one way or the other without argument. And a perfect return.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we had a split decision here. Or as Colin said, even a draw. Both boxers really gave it their all. Did Smith do enough to nick it in that final round? Or was Simpson too far ahead anyway? Overcame a cut. Stephen Smith early on for a clash of heads. It wasn't a classic. Perhaps not as good as everyone thought it might be.
But absorbing for all that, Ian.
Absolutely absorbing, intriguing. Couldn't call it throughout, really. Been billed as a pick-em affair, and it was that, and it still is now. It really is that close. I think we're almost ready for the result.
Even Larry O'Connell, the referee, applauded both men when as they come to the centre of the ring.
We're very, very close to having the result.
Here we go.
MC Mark Burtis is ready. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee has asked me to ask you to show your appreciation for two boxers who gave their all. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecard. We have a majority decision. Victor Lachlan scores the contest 116-114. Simpson. Judge Phil Edwards 114-116. Smith. Judge Ian John Lewis 112-116. The winner and the new
Oh, Stephen Smith has done it on a split decision.
Majority decision.
in the